Wichita Falls writes, Dear Bud, you're the kind of red-blooded, all-American boy that millions of other kids can look up to. Thank you. Do you have any naked pictures of your sister Kelly? Would you like glossy or matte finish?
Rick Lowe in San Antonio, Texas writes, Dear Richard and Linda, what would you like Amanda to be when she grows up? It's true, every parent wants the same thing for their child. Richard and I are no exception.
Call us old-fashioned, call us corny, but we really don't care what Amanda does, as long as she doesn't drive, date, or leave the house.
This is the year. This is fine. It's all here. Here at five. This is the year. This is fine. It's all here. Oh, this is the year.
Bill Evans from Mobile, Alabama writes, Dear Richard, are you the same Richard Grieco I caught hot wiring my red Porsche 3 years ago? No, I had this thing for red Ferraris. Never Porsches. You have me confused with another Richard Grieco. Sorry.
This letter comes from Barbara Ettrick in Salinas, California. Dear Peg, Elizabeth Taylor and Cher have their own special fragrances. What's yours? Well, right before Al comes home, I like to dab a little lemon pledge behind my ears. Makes him think I've been cleaning.
This is the year. This is the year. The year for five.
Yes!
You gotta believe it. No looking back to where I top. Whoa, I need. Turn the song and now goes round. Gonna like having us around. This is the year. This is us. This is the year.
Everybody, and welcome. How are ya? Welcome to Joe Cipriano's 1990s Be Kind and Rewind VHS playback party. Here we are again, having some fun. And I have to say that before we start up the festivities tonight, I think we should look back on what we did last week. And I'm glad that you guys were in here. A quick little recap of that. Let me see if I can bring that up here. I'm going to move me over here like so and add this to the stage. There we go. Yes, last week we took you back to Saturday morning. Fox Kids, Batman, X-Men, Power Rangers, Spider-Man, and the ritual of waking up early on purpose in the morning on a Saturday to watch television. And then we played Insta Trailer, right? The comedy sketch that I acted in that turned out to be a documentary about the AI future that we're now living in. So let's go over there and just look at a little touch of the Insta Trailer thingy.
The machine that lets the trailer cut itself. With InstaTrailer, no longer will you be bothered by those pesky editors, copywriters, and graphic designers who bug you with demands for overtime, a personal life, even food. InstaTrailer is a trailer company in a box.
And if you missed it, you can catch the show on YouTube at Joe Sip and all major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast and all of that. Great to see some great folks here going over to look at the comments. We have them scrolling on the right side so that you can watch what's going on. Oh, okay, tonight we have two stories, and actually a couple of more on top of that, because some things happened today that just popped up. And I thought, oh my goodness, we're going to have to make this a part of the show this evening. And here's one of the things that popped up. This happened just a couple of days ago. I was, scrolling through my calendar, looking at what's coming up for the day, looking at my sessions and things like that. And it said on the calendar, August 21st, 1988, the first night of Fox promos. And I thought, wow, that's incredible. And thinking back, you know what? That makes sense. That was my very first night of voicing promos for the Fox network, and it was August 21st, 1988. It was the first night of Sunday night programming where I voiced all the promos. That's 38 years ago. Great memories for me. And you and I will revisit 1988. And in the comments, tell me, what were you doing in 1988? And were you alive? And then, while watching TV last week, a music cue popped up in a show that really nearly made me drop a very large spoonful of butter pecan ice cream right in my lap. And I love butter pecan ice cream. And I love my lap. And I did not want to have the two meet. So we'll talk about that this evening as well. But first, before we get into the gist of tonight's show, I want to take a moment. Last week, I wanted to take a moment at the beginning to talk about Hayden Panettiere, who passed away the previous week. Yesterday, I just found this out early this morning. We lost Peter Cullen, one of the legends of voiceover. Peter was best known as the voice of Optimus Prime, the iconic leader of the Autobots in the Transformers franchise, a role he played for over 4 decades. And he based Optimus Prime's voice. I remember him talking about this. I've seen him talk about this on the internet when he was receiving his Emmy Award. He based the voice on his Marine veteran brother, aiming for warm strength over aggression. His brother's advice to him was, be strong enough to be gentle. And that's exactly what Peter was. But I also knew Peter from the early days of Fox. Really what we're talking about here at the beginning tonight, we're talking about my first night at Fox, August of 1988. Peter was there right around 1988, 1989, 90. He voiced promos for some of the shows on Fox, including he was really known for a show called The Reporters, and he did some America's Most Wanted. And we worked together and shared that world of the early days of Fox. And I'd like to see if I can find a picture here. Let me again try to move myself over so that you can see this picture when I put it up. I have to move a couple of things here on the screen. Let's see. I can go here, and let's see. This is the picture. Did it come up? Did not come up for some reason. Okay, how about if I do this and try it one more time? No, it's not coming up, unfortunately. It was a picture of Peter and me at a recording studio in Toluca Lake. And I was there doing Deal or No Deal. The end of Deal or No Deal. This was the iteration that was on CNBC. He was there working in another studio on an animation project. He had heard me recording and came over to say hello. And we chatted for quite some time and reminisced, about the old Fox days. And it was great to see him. So Peter passed yesterday at the age of 85. His family issued a statement saying that Peter Cullen passed away peacefully, surrounded by his loving family and held in the hearts of his many friends and countless fans worldwide. And I just wanted to take a moment to honor him before getting into our show tonight, okay? And we will start that up pretty shortly. But first, as always, we took a look at that first imaging piece. I have another imaging piece that I would like to share with you. These are actually a couple of promos the on-air promo department created and I voiced to promote Matt Groening, Okay, and The Simpsons. So let's take
Simpsons creator Matt Groening reveals the secret to drawing Homer.
Let's see. First the eye, the little pupil, the thing like this, down here, the little smile, the beard line, the little eyebrow, the cranium. Here's the secret. My initials hidden in his head. You see that?
There's only one place to find all new episodes of The Simpsons every Sunday. Just one Fox. We asked Simpsons creator Matt Groening how fast he could draw Bart.
Now this is what I call speed drawing. La 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 la. Oh, Bart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Little hand in my little autograph.
There's only one place to find all new episodes of The Simpsons every Sunday. Just one Fox.
All right, welcome everybody to Joe Cipriano's 1990s Be Kind and Rewind VHS playback party. Streaming live everywhere, wherever you social. My name is Joe Cipriano, and throughout the decade of the 1990s, I was the comedy promo voice of the Fox network, voicing promos like this.
And now, an important Simpson update. The Simpsons are now on Sunday. No! This week, catch one full hour of wholesome family entertainment.
Mom, Bart was taking a picture of his butt.
On The Simpsons.
Why, you little? Why, you big? I'm out of here.
Then, has Al found the one person who looks up to him?
It's like the son I always wanted.
Who's that over there?
Oh, that's the wife that I always wanted.
Married with Children.
Sunday, beginning at 8 on Fox 5.
Oh, we're back. So there you go. But tonight, we're going back a little bit further for a visit to the 1980s. First of all, we're going back to the summer of 1988. So think about it. What were you doing in the summer of 88? Let's hear about it in the comments. And, let me get over here to the comments and take a look at what's going on here. New comments. There we go. Greetings to folks from all over the world. It's great to see you. Great to see you guys as well. I love these drawing tutorials as a kid. I know. Weren't they cool? Sunday beginning at 8 on Fox 5. There was a Fox 5 in New York. There were several Fox 5s, but that was the big one, the New York affiliate. And let's see here. We, of course, were Fox 11 in Los Angeles. Hey, remember the 80s? Well, if you do, you really weren't there. Getting ready for kindergarten. That's what you were doing in 1988, David. I love that. 1988, working radio production and overnight jock at a local radio station. Ah, cool. And here, the bro dude man said, quite frankly, I was born in the 90s. So you were just a glint in your mom and dad's eyes. Oh, there's a Fox 5 in Las Vegas as well, and a Fox 5 in Atlanta. There you go. And you know what? I should have known that because I actually went to that, to both of those locations when our book came out, Living on Air Adventures in Broadcasting. I went around to a bunch of the Fox affiliates for interviews. And we did Atlanta, which was really fun, and Vegas, which was really a kick. So thank you for sharing what you guys were doing around 1988. We're going back there because, as I said at the top of the show, my calendar reminded me a few days ago that August 21st, 1988 was August 21st was the 38th anniversary of the first time my voice was ever heard on Fox Network. And, of course, it was a huge deal to me. And I then remembered, you know what? I ran a VHS tape that night, recording the entire evening, and I got a lot of these promos that my voice was on throughout the night. Okay, so we're going to go back 38 years now, and let me show you what Fox looked like in the summer of 88. And you know what? I hope that this is going to work because I wasn't able to bring up that picture before. So let's see if I am now able. Yeah, for some reason, my stills are not working. And they're working over there, but they're not working in the main viewing area. And I'm sure it's something that I'm doing. Ah, hold on a second. Hold on a second. What if I pull my... There we go. That's the picture I was looking for. That's the picture of... Yeah, see, it doesn't stay there when I minimize. That's the picture of me and Peter Cullen when we were at that studio together. So now what I was going to show you, and again, I'll have to pull my... That is what the Fox network looked like back in the summer of 1988. Let me jump off again for... Married, Tracey Ullman with those little Simpsons bump. 21 Jump Street, America's Most Wanted, and of course, the Emmy Awards. And so, yeah, the network was less than 2 years old. It launched in April of 1987. As I said, I started a year later in a few months in August of 88. And of course, they only had 2 nights of programming. We've talked about that. Somebody mentioned in the comments earlier today on one of the posts that Fox was referred to as the 2-day-a-week network, which is true. But then for a certain amount of time, it went down to 1 day because Saturday was doing so poorly. They decided to drop it because the shows were pretty expensive. So it went to just Sunday nights. And probably that was a pretty good way to go. So as I said, we had Married with Children, Season 2, Alan Peg Bundy, already becoming a phenomenon. The Tracey Ullman Show, which if you paid close attention, had these little animated shorts throughout the show called bumpers that would go in and out of commercials about a family called The Simpsons. We could take a look at a few of those bumpers right now. Let's see. Here we go, from the Tracey Ullman Show.
Everybody, it's time to go. Stand on guard, getting ready for the show.
Look at Maggie.
What a little bundle of joy.
You can tell what it's thinking by its body language.
I think its body language is saying, I want to play.
This little piggy went to market. This little piggy stayed home. This little piggy had roast beef. And this little piggy had none. And this little piggy went wee, 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 wee.
I think its body language is saying, game's over.
Look at it, just lying there.
I wonder how we look to it.
Gooba, gooba, gabba.
You're our little sister.
Gooba, gabba, gooba, gabba.
One of us, one of us.
Just think, Maggie, someday, if you're lucky, you'll grow up to be just like us. Do you think a little baby could possibly imagine what its future is going to be like?
I wonder if it has any hopes or dreams or fantasies.
No, man, please, we beg you.
Leave our toes alone.
No tickling, no tickling.
Help, help, help.
Oh, come on, man.
Maybe it's thinking how much it loves us.
I guess we'll never know.
And that's how Tracey Ullman would end her show every Sunday. And she would go home, go home. So let's see. What else was on the schedule? The summer of 1988, America's Most Wanted was there, which had just launched in February of 88. It's already a hit. 21 Jump Street. You guys remember that? A young Johnny Depp, undercover cops in high school, although they really weren't high school students. They were adults, but they looked like high school students. I think it was based on a real Police Department that had done that in some city, wherever it was. And we have the opening credits. Now, this is interesting. This is from the VHS tape that I recorded that night, August 21st, 1988. This is the opening credits of 21 Jump Great show. And the other show that dominated that evening of August 21st, 1988, was the Emmy Awards. It wasn't the show itself, it was the promos. That is what I spent about 2 weeks prior to August 21st doing when they brought me in. And they said, okay, we're going to try you out on late night. Then they put me on a couple of other shows. And then as the kind of a week and a half went by, then they said, all right, we're putting this guy on everything. And it was a big deal in 1988 that Fox was broadcasting the Emmys. They had a 2-year-old network with this very prestigious award show. And it was so big, I can't even tell you how many promos we did. It was outrageous. But that was Fox in the summer of 1988. It was scrappy and young and defiant, right? And I've talked about this before, but I'll recap real quickly the story of how I got the gig at Fox. A few weeks before August 21st, it was August, I was on the radio, KISS FM in Los Angeles, filling in for Big Ron O'Brien. KISS was one of the biggest radio stations in L.A. And that afternoon, a guy by the name of Bob Bibb, who is the head of marketing and creative services at Fox, was driving home. He was stuck in traffic, and I was on an afternoon drive when people are taking that drive home. He had his radio on. My voice was coming out of the speakers. He had been running over in his head during this very slow commute home. All of the challenges that were on his plate as the head of marketing for a brand new television network, something that hadn't been tried since really ABC rose to full parity and dominance as one of the big three networks, and that didn't really happen until the late 1960s and 70s. Even though ABC was there, I think it originated as they spun off. NBC had the blue and the red network, and they spun off the weaker network with the smaller markets and sold it, and that became ABC. Well, Bob was, at the time working out how Fox could become completely different from the established three networks. They had edgy, even risque programming. The way they promoted the shows was evolving and becoming very different from the big three. Just things like bolder graphics and colors that they used. And visually, the Fox network looked different. But how could it sound different? And it was then that I popped up on his car radio on the air on KISS FM. It caught his attention. And he told me later that he said to himself at that moment, okay, that's a voice I think could work for us. And it's not that smooth, deep voice that ABC, NBC, and CBS had. So as I've said before to you guys, he picked up his brick of a cell phone in 1988, called the radio station, found out who my agent was, and booked me to come in to do a paid audition. They liked what they heard, and within a couple of weeks, my unusual voice joined the edgy programming and marketing of Fox. And I began recording countless Emmy promos for the network because Fox was airing the Emmys that year, as we said, 1988, and it was a major event. So on that date, August 21st, it was the first night my voice hit the air, and I became the voice of Fox. And as I said, I ran a VHS tape that night at home. And here are a few of my very first voiceovers on Fox, summer of 1988, summer of 88, from that VHS cassette. So let's see, I think I have those right here. It's about a minute and a half.
Ma, what's up? Look at this.
We want to thank the network for taking a chance on poor old ladies.
And here I am a year later, nominated in the same category as the Statue of Liberty. Thank you, only in America.
This year, forget about everything you've seen before. For the first time, the producer of Saturday Night Live will be throwing the party that will make television history. The 40th Annual Emmy Awards, next Sunday on Fox. Later on Married with Children, is Al leaving Peg for Mick Jagger's girlfriend, Jerry Hall? Or is he just looking for a little satisfaction? Now, 2 teenagers are wanted for the murder of an entire family gunned down in a restaurant. Your phone tip may lead police to their arrest. America's Most Wanted, next. Will John Larroquette win his 4th Emmy in a row and break the record for the most consecutive wins for an actor? Emmy's 40th, next Sunday on Fox. Next Sunday, Emmy celebrates her 40th birthday. But forget anything you've seen before, because this year, for the first time, the producer of Saturday Night Live is throwing her a surprise-filled party.
I wonder if I get paid more money for this.
That will make television history. Join us for the 40th Annual Emmy Awards next Sunday on Fox. Picture 2 very sexy flight attendants. Now, picture Al Bundy between the 2 of them. What's wrong with this picture? If you guessed the Al Bundy part, you've watched Married with Children before. But can you imagine him cheating on Peg? Don't answer that question. Supermodel Jerry Hall on Married with Children, next.
So, first of all, a couple of things to talk about. Those VOs that are over the closing credits, which eventually, TV shows used to actually, networks used to show the closing credits, and then they kind of wised up and said, wait a minute, this is expensive real estate, and they squish it and run a promo while the credits are running like this. And I don't even know if they run the credits anymore. But those things were called VOCs, voice over credits. And there was a rate for it, and it was just a voiceover. And there was somebody in marketing who was in charge of writing the VOCs. And that was a whole session because you would do one for every single show. So it was nice. It was a nice little chance to be on the network a little bit more than just the promos and being on there, during the shows or at the end of the show. Excuse me while I have a little Diet Coke. And the other thing about the Emmy promos, and there were so many of them, you could see I was kind of finding my voice. I was kind of talking like this, the Emmys, and I thought that made it sound like it was something really special. I don't know. But the cool thing about that, this being 1988, it would be about 10 years, 12 years later that I would become the announcer for the Emmy Awards, which was a big deal. And I did several of the Emmy Awards as the live announcer. And that is something we're going to talk about tonight quickly because a story popped up today in Daily Variety talking about the Emmy Awards from the early 2000s. So for me, that night was brought on by Los Angeles rush hour traffic on the San Diego freeway and a guy in his car listening to the radio. For me, it changed everything then and for the rest of my life, quite frankly. And I'm wondering if you guys remember, we talked about where you were in 88, but going through the decade of the 90s, do you have any memories of watching the Emmy Awards, it would obviously appear on multiple networks every year. You know, they would make a deal. It could be a 2-year deal, a 3-year deal, a 1-year deal, and it would be on a different network. So I'm interested in seeing if you guys have any comments about that. Let's see. The network that started with Al and Peg and 21 Jump Street became the network of The Simpsons and Married with Children, The X-Files, and Living Color, Family Guy, Futurama, Ally McBeal, 90210, Melrose Place, 24, and on and on and on. All right. There you go. That's what I wanted to talk to you about. It was so crazy that it popped up on my calendar, reminding me that just last week, or actually 6 days ago, that it was my first night on Fox. And as I was going through all the VHS tapes from then and into the 1990s, I came upon a whole bunch of 1990s commercials, okay? So do me a favor. Let's make believe you're just sitting back. It's maybe 1992, maybe it's 1996. You're in your living room, and you're kicking back. You turn down the tube, and you got a few minutes of commercials rolling. Let's see if this brings back any memories for you.
Take good care of my baby. Be just as kind as you can be. And would you please remember to treat her soft and tender, because my baby belongs to me.
Johnson's brings out the baby soft shine born in your hair.
You know what I mean? Yeah. You got to fix this, and you got to paint the fence, and you got to clean the yard, trim this. Trim. I got 100 things I have to do.
At least.
And I don't know how to do any of this stuff.
Well, you came to the right place.
Hey, Ace is the place for me.
Next Sunday in Living Color is back.
The same kids from the projects that we've always been. We haven't changed one bit.
It's a whole new season of laughs.
Pilot to co-pilot, we're going down in flames.
Catch the season premiere.
Grab my cape and clogs. I gotta see this again.
In Living Color next Sunday at 8, 7 Central.
Can't touch this.
The following title in no way represents the feelings of the Fox Broadcasting Company toward the viewing public. Rather, it reflects the feelings of one man who wishes everyone could have as much fun as he does.
Get a life.
Premiering next Sunday on Fox.
Let's talk division. There's long division like my parents did back in the 1800s. There's subdivision with those little houses like on Joy Court. And now there's La Burger Division, my personal fave. New burger buddies from Burger King. 2 delicious all-beef mini cheeseburgers side by side. Now watch careful, here's the division part. Pear and viola, you got 2. Very cool. Reverse. Whoa, from the Skycam, new burger buddies.
From Burger King. To make a great little snack, sometimes you've got to break the rules.
Marge Simpson speaks out on reruns.
If you don't mind, I think I'd like to get on with my life.
Fox is proud to announce dozens of new, original, never-before-seen episodes of The Simpsons.
Ooh.
Beginning Thursday, October 11th on Fox.
Nowhere to run. No place to hide. No friends to call. This Friday, make a dangerous fugitive feel wanted. Watch America's Most Wanted on the new Fox Friday night.
We at Little Caesars can't pack any more toppings on top of our pizzas, so we've added them around. Introducing Crazy Crust, any one of 4 different seasonings gently sprinkled on our delicious crust. There's sesame seed, Parmesan cheese, poppy seed, and garlic butter. And now you can get Crazy Crust on 2 medium pizzas with 8 different toppings for only $8.88.
Pizza.
Next Sunday, Al plans a dream vacation.
We'll stay in cheap motels and steal what we need along the way.
That turns into a gridlock nightmare.
We have not moved an inch in 2 hours.
Peg, I can hear that in our bedroom.
The Bundys are hitting the open road.
God, you're killing me!
On the season premiere of Married with Children next Sunday.
So, did you bring the Coca-Cola Classic?
Billy was supposed to.
Not me!
Michael!
Michael!
Coming right up.
Can't beat it.
Yes!
From a Coca-Cola classic.
That's my Michael.
Can't beat the real thing.
We're out in the middle of nowhere. I'm buying some KFC for the road. I could have just gotten some for myself, but I figured I'd get a whole meal. Why do I need so much chicken? One whiff, my brother's food radar goes off.
Chicken?
He gets some or I die young. And then there's Doris with her 5-inch fingernails. So I thought I'd make us all happy.
Original recipe chicken. All the fixins from Kentucky Fried Chicken.
It's the only good thing about this trip.
All right. Before we get into, how about that? I mean, that is just like sitting back and you're just eating a bag of Doritos and a bunch of commercials and promos are going by, and it's 1990, and those commercials, you know, from that era, no longer around. And what was that Burger King that had the two little burgers that separate? I actually kind of remember that. Not that I ever had any or anything like that. Okay, before we get into the story that I want to talk to you about, which is the use of this song, or actually it's a score from a 1980s movie that showed up this week on one of my favorite TV shows. The movie is one of my favorite movies, and while I was watching the show this week, and the exact same music cue showed up, you know, it was unbelievable. But here's what happened today. Daily Variety, which I read all the time. It's, you know, industry newspaper. And the timing of this article that came out is pretty amazing, because the article is about the 58th annual Primetime Emmy Awards, which was August 27th. Today is August 27th, 2006, held at the Shrine Auditorium in Los Angeles, hosted by Conan O'Brien. And I thought, wait a minute. August 27th, 2006, 58th annual. I did that show. I was the announcer for that show. And I believe it was my second of 4 Emmy Awards that I announced. And I also was doing the Grammys around then, that time as well. It was Conan O'Brien's second Emmy Award hosting situation. So let's take a look at a few moments from the 58th Primetime Emmy Awards. Here we go.
Thank you.
Are you headed to Los Angeles for the Emmys, Mr. O'Brien?
That's right. I'm hosting. It's my second time.
Are you nervous?
Nervous? What could possibly go wrong?
Unfortunately, this is part of, you know, I was trying to put those stills up as well. I think I probably should have rebooted the computer before we got into this. But it was 2006, and it was Conan's second Emmy Award hosting. I also worked the first time, which was really fun. It was really exciting to be a part of that. And it was fun, you know, always fun to be, you know, the announcer for a live show. I mean, it's just such a kick. And let me see if I can now, the way this thing is working, I have to remove myself, so that turns off my mic. And then let's see if I can bring up this picture that I wanted to show you. Do I have it? Yeah, I'm going to pull out for. If you notice on the TV in the background, I think it says Emmys 2006. That's Tina, who is the script assistant coordinator. And it was, you know, a really cool Emmy Awards. My wife, Ann, our friends, Patty, were there. On the right, that's Ann's sister, Ann. You can't really see that picture too well, but we went afterwards, of course, where would you go but to the Beverly Hills Hotel. And we went to the Polo Lounge to dine afterwards. So it was really cool. So the idea of the reason why this came up was it was the last time in 2006 that both top Emmy prizes went to broadcast networks. In the 20 years since, no other network show has won the Emmy for Outstanding Drama Series and also Comedy Series. Isn't that incredible? 2006 was the last time that those two big awards were won by broadcast television. Since then, it went to cable and streaming and on and on and on and on. It was the end of an era. It was 24 that won for drama, Fox's first big award. So let that land for a moment. And let's see. We didn't know that at the time that was going to be the broadcast swan song. We thought it was really the beginning of something great for Fox by winning 24, but then again, never won Best Drama or Comedy again. None of the broadcast networks did. All right, 20 years ago tonight, and it was a beautiful day in Los Angeles, hot at the Shrine Auditorium downtown. Okay, let us move on into the final little segment, and hopefully my audio and video will work for what we're doing in this thing. Who's a fan of Ted Lasso? Okay, I am, and I was watching Ted Lasso, season 4, episode 3, called Richmond's Got Talent. Any of you guys watch that this week? I was sitting there with a bowl of butter pecan ice cream, enjoying the show, and then a piece of music started up during the player tryout scene, and I nearly dropped the spoon with ice cream going all over my lap because I knew that music instantly. It's called The March, from one of my favorite movies from 1981, Bill Murray, Harold Ramis, Ivan Reitman directed movie Stripes. The Ted Lasso music supervisor, Krista Miller, executive producer Bill Lawrence's wife, had chosen Elmer Bernstein's overture from the 1981 movie Stripes to underscore the entire football tryout sequence in Ted Lasso. Okay, and I want to play you guys the music and how it was used in both Stripes and Ted Lasso. But first, let's talk about Stripes. And let me see if I'm able to play the music for you a little bit in the background. Here we go. Pull it down a touch. There it is. Recognize it? Okay, Stripes, the movie, 1981. John Winger was Bill Murray. Russell Ziske was Harold Ramis. They joined the Army out of pure boredom, frustration, and a lack of direction after their personal lives completely fall apart in a single day. The breaking point, John loses his job as a cab driver, loses his apartment, his car, and his girlfriend dumps him, all within a few hours. The impulsive decision, feeling like absolute losers with zero prospects, John watches a flashy U.S. Army recruitment commercial on TV. Dragging along his best friend, John convinces his roommate, Harold Ramis, an unfulfilled adult education English teacher, that they have nothing better to do. And the logic was, as they figure it, joining the military is a spontaneous goof where they can save the world for, democracy, do great things, meet girls. So let us go and take a look at one of the scenes. Let's see which one we're looking at first. Oh, okay. This is the one where they're showing up at the recruiting office. Here it is.
You coming in?
parking zone. You can't park here.
We're not parking it. We're abandoning it.
Can't believe we're doing this. Listen, if I get killed, my blood is on your hands.
Just don't get it on my shoe, okay?
Oh?
I'm not saying that the Army will be able to do for you what it did for me. All I'm saying is that you get out of it exactly what you put into it. Now, sometimes the Army's your best shot. Now, there's a couple of questions that I have to ask you. They're a little personal. Have you ever been convicted of a felony or a misdemeanor? That's robbery, rape, car theft, that sort of thing.
Convicted?
Yeah.
No.
Never convicted.
That's good. Good. Are either of you homosexuals?
You mean like flaming, or?
Well, it's a standard question we have to ask.
No, we're not homosexual, but we are willing to learn.
Yeah, would they send us someplace special?
Guess that's no on both. All right, now if you'll just give Uncle Sam your autograph here.
Sammy, get well soon.
That's good. Now your name.
Dun 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 dun.
No, we are not homosexuals, but we are willing to learn. Stripes, 1981. Bill Murray, Harold Ramis, directed by Ivan Reitman. Two guys who have absolutely nothing at all going for them, join the Army on a whim. And what could go wrong? Well, everything. And it's pretty magnificent. Okay, one more scene. Let's go to the bus station when they're on their way to boot camp.
Excuse me, General Hanson?
No, I'm not a general, but may I help you?
Yes, I want to thank you for saving my life over in Vietnam.
I don't think that was me.
Well, you're right. It was Normandy Beach. I was shot up pretty bad. You grabbed me, pulled me into a foxhole, and patched me up. I appreciate it.
I don't think so, and I really don't care, and I don't have the time to listen to that. You see this armband? MP.
Yes, ma'am.
Stands for military police. Are you on one of these buses?
Not yet, ma'am.
My job is to see that big, strong men like you get on these buses without getting lost. So why don't you just move along and get on the bus? Could you check him off, please?
So what, I guess we dig each other, and we'll be seeing each other around the officers' club? Watch out for this guy, he's a troublemaker.
Do you have your papers?
Yes, here. What happens if I refuse to get on the bus?
Oh, you look like a sensitive, intelligent guy. Don't make me shoot you. Climb aboard, soldier. What do you think?
I hope we don't go to war.
Excuse me, stewardess. Is there a movie on this flight?
Bus?
A movie on this flight.
Yes, there's the music. I don't want to get ahead of myself, though. John Candy. Excuse me, stewardess. So there you go. Elmer Bernstein's March. That is it right there. First used in Stripes in 1981. And then this week in Ted Lasso. And two pivotal moments, too, in Stripes. It's when the recruits arrive at boot camp. So it's right after this scene that we just saw. They're on the bus and they're driving into the camp and they meet their drill sergeant for the very first time. In Ted Lasso, when the new players try out for the Richmond women's team, okay, that's how it's used there. So here's the thing to watch for. At the exact same beat in the music Both scenes, both in Stripes and Ted Lasso, they push in for a close-up on a character, and I edited them together. So take a look here. On the top, you're going to see Stripes, 1981, and that push in to Sergeant Hulka at the same time, where on the bottom, for Ted Lasso 2026, the push in to Coach Beard. Same music, same moment, pretty much the same beat in the piece, 45 years apart. So let's take a look at Stripes and Ted Lasso side by side or one over the other. But here you go. Watch for the close-ups.
You're right. That makes things easier.
Nope.
Oh my God.
No, I'm not.
Buckle your seatbelts.
Hey, Dad, off the bus! Off the bus!
Oh.
Pretty cool. Great work from brilliant Harold Ramis. He either wrote, directed, or starred in some of the most beloved comedies arguably ever made. Stripes, Ghostbusters, Caddyshack, Groundhog Day, Animal House. My best friend, John Lloyd, the great British tennis player, was very good friends with Harold Ramis. And because of that, Ann and I got to have some really great dinners with Harold and his wife, and John and his wife, Ann and me. Harold was warm, genuinely funny, and a very nice guy. He passed away, sadly, in 2014 at the age of 69. Bill Murray and Harold Ramis had famously fallen out in the years before, but Bill Murray reportedly visited him in the hospital shortly before his death. And when Ramis passed, Murray said, "For Harold Ramis and for all who toil in the magic arts, he was one of the great ones." Now, let me tell you a little bit about the music, the man who wrote that music, Elmer Bernstein. Born in New York in 1922, destined for a career in classical music. And World War II changed that. He served in the Army, much like the characters in Stripes. And after the war, he went to Hollywood. More than 150 film scores over 5 decades. The Magnificent Seven, To Kill a Mockingbird, The Great Escape, 14 Oscar nominations. He finally won in 1967. And then in the late 70s and early 80s, he became the defining composer of Hollywood comedy, like Animal House and Airplane and Stripes and Ghostbusters and Three Amigos. And here's the key to why his music lasts. Elmer Bernstein played comedy completely straight. At John Landis's request, he scored Animal House as if it were a drama, which made it even funnier. The philosophy is why the Stripes March works in Ted Lasso 45 years later. Heroic music, epic music, music that takes the comedy seriously. Elmer Bernstein, he passed away in August of 2004 at the age of 82, and his music is still showing up in the best shows on television. And how about that? So what's your favorite comedy? Love to see it in the comments. Comedies like that, right? From the 90s, the 80s, the 90s, those Animal House and Caddyshack, and a lot of them, Groundhog Day, I was trying to think of with Bill Murray. So many great comedies. Let me go over to here, and I picked up my phone off the charger, and bam, My bad, everyone. Oh, wait a minute. Did I get kicked off? Did I get kicked off of YouTube? Oh no, because I played it too long. This happens. Oh, there it is. Suspended again, Joe. The stream is down. Oh man. Oh, but here's good news. We're back. Okay. Well, we'll fix it in the mix, as they say. So listen, that's it for tonight's show. August 21st, 1988. My first night as the voice of Fox. A traffic jam on the San Diego freeway. Emmy promos that started 27 years of the most fun I could ever have. Elmer Bernstein with Stripes and Ted Lasso. Harold Ramis. A spoonful of butter pecan ice cream that almost ended up in my lap. A bunch of stories tonight to connect in a really cool way. And I want to thank you guys for being here. Weird AI UHF. It's kind of like UHF, isn't it? I love that finally we were back. Yeah, I think you're right. Twitch is more forgiving on, when you play scenes from movies and things like that. I pushed it a little bit too much. And no, don't worry. It wasn't something you said. It was something I played. Too much Bill Murray. I think that's what it was. But I appreciate you guys being there and commiserating with me. Yes, I mean, these things happen. And thank you, David. Sigh. Oh, okay. Hey, listen, thanks for being here tonight. It was a little haphazard. I don't know. Some of my stuff wasn't working. It was a little confusing there. Sadly, I didn't get to show you kind of a lot of stuff that I wanted to include in some of these stills that I had, but I think we got through it. And I want to thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. We'll be back again next week, Thursdays. This is the place, just about anywhere you social. Sometimes not on YouTube, depending upon the content, but it's always 5 p.m. Pacific. It's going to be 8 p.m. Eastern. And I love this. This is what I like the best. If it gets you to go back and watch some old 90s movies this weekend, that's a kick. I'm going to do the same thing. All right, guys. I want to thank you for being here, and I'll see you next week.